Hello everybody. How are you? It's Sunday. It's actually Sunday. Then I'm filming this on Sunday. Only it's Sunday last week. Crazy, right? So, I'm actually doing this video right after the Zoom. It's still daylight out. You can't see it, but it's still daylight out. So, I'm doing this at like almost 6 o'clock. And I've got a short video for us. Now, I might have to pause it several times because I've got a bunch of kids over here. My babies are up. They were napping during Zoom, but they're awake now. Can you hear them? Yeah, we're trying to keep them quiet so we can hear, but we'll see what we can do, okay? Now, I'm going to talk like this was last week, okay? So last week on the 21st, we went over the Rosary. We did decade, right? The 10 Hail Marys with an Our Father here and an Our Father there, right? And how long did it take us? We did a whole decade on Zoom. How long did it take us? Like 2.5 minutes, okay? Didn't take a blink. 2.5 minutes and we were done with it. Now, I didn't rush through it. I set it a normal pace. At that normal pace, we got through it in 2.5 minutes, guys. So, as long as we're doing our Lenten sacrifices, we're going to talk about this one. You have your own Lenten sacrifice with God, between you and God, right? You might have one with your family, that the whole family is going to eat dinner together at least 3 times a week at the table. That might be yours. We might all do a family prayer together, right? You might all work on laundry together. So it's not just 1 or 2 people working on it. Whatever your family one is, if you have one, you don't have to have one between you and God. If you just want to do your own, that's fine. Talk with your family about it. But as a class family, we're going to do one as well. We decided we're going to do the Decade of the Rosary every week, once a week. If you want to do it every single day, it's going to take you 2.5 minutes, guys. Easy peasy, man. Easy peasy. I will not do them in the videos. It's only 2.5 minutes. You guys, I know you know your prayers really well. Sarah did one in Spanish for us. She did a Hail Mary in Spanish for us during the Zoom. And guys, Sarah, my hat's off to you. I was so impressed. After the Zoom, my whole family talked about how amazing that was that you spoke it in Spanish. Because God doesn't care what language you speak. Okay? God just cares that you speak to Him. Okay? So I was just so thrilled and so thankful that you shared that with us, Sarah. It was beautiful. I loved it. If anybody else has any prayers they want to share, let me know and we'll try to do a Zoom. If you have another language, if you have a special prayer that you want to do, I'll do a special Zoom and we'll do that, okay? I am okay with that. I love it. So, we do the Decade of the Rosary, which is 10. The decade, like a decade. A decade is 10 years, right? A decade of a rosary is 10 Hail Marys. Now, I flank with an Our Father on each side. So, Our Father, 10 Hail Marys, and Our Father. That way we really start to know our prayers a lot better, too, okay? So, by the end of this, you guys are going to know Hail Marys with your eyes closed, right? It's kind of silly. You can do it with your eyes closed anyway, I know. But this week, because last week was the Rosary, this week we're going to talk about the Stations of the Cross, okay? Now, we talked about for a second in Zoom. Let's see if I can find this. I think I lost my page. Oh, here it is. We talked about the Rosary. We talked about the sorrowful mysteries, right? So as you're saying a Rosary, each decade, there are 5 decades. 10 Hail Marys to a decade. 10 decades, or excuse me, 5 decades. And each one has its own mystery, okay? So really quickly, the first sorrowful mystery is Agony in the Garden. The second is Scourging the Pillar. The third is Crowning of Thorns. The fourth is Carrying the Cross. And the fifth is Crucifixion. I'm not going to go over all those right now. Right now I just want you guys to understand the feel of what a rosary feels like when you say it, okay? It's very meditative. It's very repetitive. It's very, you can almost chant it. It's like you get in a rhythm with it. And that's what I love about it. It makes me feel so connected. Especially when you go to a rosary like at a funeral and everyone's saying the same Hail Marys back and forth. And it's just, it's gorgeous. It's powerful. You almost feel it in your heart as you almost feel the beat of your heart as you're saying that prayer. It's really spectacular. So this week, what goes along with the stations, or with the sorrowful mysteries, is the Stations of the Cross, okay? So, now because we're in the 3rd week of Lent now, the 2nd Sunday of Lent, but the 3rd week of Lent, usually they have these going through every Friday. Hey, baby. Every Friday they have Stations of the Cross at church. They usually have like a soup and sandwich kind of thing, like a grilled cheese and tomato soup kind of thing. I don't know if they're doing that through the pandemic, but I know my parents used to do it all the time. So, we're going to talk about, I've got a picture here I'm going to show you that I'm going to use to show you guys what it looks like. Okay? Now I'm going to zoom in on this and show you guys as I'm saying as I'm letting you know what the stations are, okay? Now, the first station is this one. Jesus is condemned to death, okay? Whoop. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. It's Gardner. He's got a little Lego toy. Say hi. Oh, here's Baker. There's Baker.
It's
Pardon me?
It's
Okay.
He said, walk out the way and say hi.
Hi. You want to blow him a kiss?
Yeah.
Blow him a kiss.
A kiss. A kiss.
Oh. What kiss is that?
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to do my stations, okay? You go there, sit on the couch. Love you. Okay, now be quiet, okay? Let me do this. Yes. Okay, you cast it in a second, okay? Okay, thank you. Okay, sorry. Everyone's awake because it's evening time. But let me go back to the first station. Remember, Jesus is condemned to death, okay? Now, Jesus helps us remember when the soldiers and the guards came to arrest him. The people who did not like him gave him to the Roman governor, that was Pontius Pilate, and Pilate handed Jesus over to be crucified. Yes, sit on the couch, please. Go sit with Pancake. So, yes, go sit with Pancake. Pancake's got a stuffed animal. Anyway, we talked about a couple weeks ago about the Apostles' Creed. We spoke about it. And the Pontius Pilate. You guys remember Pontius Pilate? He didn't really feel like it was necessary to crucify Jesus. But all the people wanted it. He said, well, are you sure? I mean, to crucify him? Really? All right, here you go. And he kind of was complacent about it, right? So it's kind of, you want to look at him and go, now come on, man. You had the decision here. Did you have to? But had Jesus not been crucified, would we be where we are today? It's kind of one of those double-edged swords, you know. It's hard to conceptualize what's going on there, okay? But the second one, we move on. Let me find this one. The second station, Jesus takes up his cross, okay? Now, this one helps us remember that the heavy cross that Jesus had to carry was with him the whole time, right? Super heavy, guys. Super heavy cross. He was already tired and weak and exhausted, right? So they had to carry this cross up this whole thing, right? He's carrying it like this. It's all the pictures depicted like this, okay? He's carrying it like this, okay? Now, the third station, find this here. Jesus falls for the first time, okay? So at the first time, okay? Why do they specify the first time? Does that mean he's fallen again? Does he fall more? So the first time he falls is the third station. This helps us to think about how much Jesus suffered. Jesus must have been very weak and tired as he carried the cross. He fell because the cross was really, really heavy, okay? Guys, it wasn't an easy feat. It was difficult to carry this up. Like I said, he was already tired and weak. Now the fourth station, okay? This one helps us remember along the way that Jesus met his mother. There's that one. And Jesus looked with love. Jesus and Mary looked at each other with love. Okay? And Mary shared her son's pain and sorrow and suffering. So she was she was distraught. She was sad. She understood what was going on. But can you imagine? I can't. I can't imagine seeing one of my children going through that. Knowing that he's God's child. It's kind of what, I mean, guys. That's a difficult one for me as a parent to like grab. Okay, that's a difficult one. Now let's go to number 5. So Simon of Cyrene helps Jesus carry his cross, okay? So Simon was a man that soldiers forced to help Jesus carry the cross, okay? So even with another person carrying it, I can't imagine it was any easier or much easier because it was such a heavy cross, okay? So he was bearing this cross with somebody else. Simon was helping him carry that cross, bearing that cross with him, okay? Now, number 6. This one is kind of a neat one, guys. So number 6. We remember that the brave woman named Veronica gently wiped the sweat and blood from Jesus' face. And when she wiped his face with the cloth, his face, the image of his face was on that cloth. Okay, it kind of transferred over. See that? You can see right here, she's got that cloth. Let me get my hair stick here. You can see this, it's hard to tell. This is a cloth here, right there. That's a cloth, and she's wiping his face, okay? Now think about, like, when you have makeup on, okay? And you get that baby wipe, and you go, and you hold it up, and it's got you see it on, I know you've seen it on YouTube, TikTok, whatever social medias you guys are on. But you see they go like this, and you have the eyelashes, the mascara, and the blush, and the lipstick. Obviously I don't wear a whole lot of makeup, so I'm kind of having a hard time. I don't really relate to this one so much. But go like this. When I wear makeup, I always see a face on it, right? That's kind of what happened with Jesus, only it was like dirt and blood. And then it was just his image, okay? This is like an incredible piece of history, guys. This is, the image of Christ was left there. And it wasn't just the dirt and the blood. It was more to it than that, okay? Now, where'd I go here? Here we go. Now, number 7. There's number 7. So Jesus falls for a second time. Remember we just talked about that up here. Let me get this, blow this up. The third one up here, where Jesus falls for the first time, remember? Now he's falling for a second time in the 7th station, right? So he's gotten tired. He's still carrying this cross, guys. He's too tired. He's so tired he dropped it again. He fell with it, okay? Now, number 8. Here's that one, number 8. Remember the woman who saw Jesus and cried because of his suffering. Poor Jesus could hardly walk because he was so weak and tired, okay? This is the, Jesus meets the women of Jerusalem, okay? Can you imagine being one of those women there and having to watch this happen and not be able to do anything about it? You can't stop it. It's too late, right? The ball's already in motion. Now, number 9. He fell again, 3rd time. Jesus fell for a 3rd time, okay? The number 10, Jesus is stripped of his clothes, okay? So this one, we remember that the soldiers tore away Jesus' clothes so roughly that he bled again. They didn't just like take off his clothes. They didn't just, steal his clothes away from him. It wasn't like you guys just, getting ready for pajama day or pajamas, at night. Not they just took him off gently, right? Like your mom and dad used to help you get dressed. This was they ripped him off. They ripped his clothes off, okay? So he got cuts from it so roughly that he bled. This was not easy, guys. Each step of this was tragic. Each step was painful, right? Now, number 11. This is an image that you guys know. You guys have seen this image a lot, okay? We're getting the more familiar pictures here, okay? Now, 11th image. We remember how how the soldiers nailed Jesus to the cross, okay? I know you guys have seen that one. That's the crucifix. A cross and a crucifix are different. A crucifix has Jesus on the cross, right? A cross is just a cross. But a crucifix has Jesus on it, okay? That's the difference here. I think that crucifix, that's how you can remember it, okay? So Jesus is nailed to the cross on station 11. And then, let me go here. I lost it, hold on. There you go, okay. Step number 12. Remember that Jesus died on the cross, okay? So he did ultimately end up dying on the cross, right? Again, is it a cross or crucifix? Crucifix. Okay? Who do you think this is here? What do you think? What do you think this is? And why is this round thing around her head? What do you think? Because Jesus has one too. That's Mary, his mother. Holy Mary, Mother of God. She got that around because she's holy. Okay? Jesus is holy. She's holy. Right? That's how you kind of see in all the depictions you see that's what that means. Okay? Now, go to number 13. Okay? So this is when Jesus was removed from the cross. Remember that Jesus' body was taken down from the cross and laid in Mary's arms. Now you guys may have seen this scene before, okay? Does it look familiar to you? Jesus holding Mary? Oh, excuse me. Mary holding Jesus? Yeah, it's a big art piece. Now, oh, I lost it again. Every time I put it down, I move my phone and it goes cattywampus. Okay. Now, number 14. This is when Jesus was buried in the tomb, okay? We know that's Jesus because he's limp. He died. He's limp. And he's got the halo, right? The holy halo look. I don't think it's actually called a halo, but that's what we kind of refer to it as when we're kids. You see all those spots on him? You see that? His hands and feet. You see? Oh. His hands have the nails in it, and his feet do. You got that spot on his side. You guys have heard about that before, right? They poked him in the side after to make sure he was dead. They poked him in the side, right? And all that came out, yeah, it wasn't blood, water, wine. So that's one big thing about it. And then we have, because that's number 14. Let me see. I feel like I've lost. Oh, there we go. Okay, so remember Jesus' body was wrapped in fresh linen and laid in a tomb, and a huge stone was rolled in front of the tomb in the entrance that nobody could come in or out, right? They kind of locked it in there, locked the body of Jesus Christ in there, right? Now, this one is kind of cool. It's not one of the stations right now, but this I think is really cool. I like this picture. So Easter, the rest of the story. Oh. All the flowers symbolizing new life, right? Looks like the tomb behind him. The big black spot looks like the tomb. And he looks healthy again, right? Yeah. So that's the stations of the cross, okay? Now, we're going to talk about, review real quick. So, when does Lent begin? Ash Wednesday! How do we know what Ash Wednesday is? We find out when Easter is first. Through the vernal equinox. The moon! We talked about that, right? So you find the vernal equinox, Paschal Sunday, a Paschal moon. We get Easter, we count back, we find Ash Wednesday, right? So on Ash Wednesday, we get these, the ashes on our foreheads, and what do they symbolize? They're to remind us that God made us from nothing, and that nothing on earth is as important as loving God. Oh, it's getting really loud. Hold on 1 second. Evelyn's my MVP. She just gave everyone graham crackers, so now they're going to be quiet again. For a couple seconds anyway. So, now how do we show our love for God during Lent? Our Lenten sacrifices, remember? The sacrifice is something you're going to do mindfully and prayerfully, right? So we're going to, like I said, Dwayne is going to give up raisins. We don't really do a lot of raisins around here, but she wanted to give up raisins. And I said, well, it's between you and God, right? It's not my decision. So she likes Raisin Bran, and she can't have Raisin Bran anymore because she's the raisins. Evelyn gave up chocolate. That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. Everyone likes chocolate, right? So I'm going to work on... Come here. Tell them. And then go sit back down. So Mary wants to tell you what she gave up. And then she's going to go sit back down again.
I gave up chocolate too.
She gave up chocolate. She also said she's going to be nice and put her clothes away, her laundry away by herself. So it's not giving something up. It's doing a Lenten sacrifice, though. It's an act of service, right? You don't have to give something up. You can also do something else, right? So Cecilia's going to do her prayers in the morning on the way to school, right? And Trey was going to do every day at 7. He's going to do more prayers. Guys, it doesn't have to be giving something up. You can be adding something. If you want to add the decade to it. Thank you. Go sit down quietly. So I talked about in the Zoom. Hey, dude. Quiet down. Gardy. Quiet down. Hold on. So we talked about in the Zoom, if you want to do a 1 week at a time thing.
A cracker.
There's a cracker. Hold on 1 second. It's getting loud again. Here's Gardy. He wants to show you pancake. This is pancake. Hi.
My water.
Hi, pancake. How are you?
My water. This is my water.
And Bakes has his water.
This is my water.
Water and a graham cracker. Snack of champions. Okay, can you go sit down for me? Or you want to sit here with me? Want to go sit? Okay, love you.
Say love you, Mom.
Thank you. So, then you can do it once a week if you want. So this week, give up chocolate. Okay, that's fine. Give up chocolate this week. If it's too much for kids to understand or to grasp or to actually commit to, I get it. Okay, it's between you and God. Okay, it's not between me and you. It's between you and God. Give up chocolate this week. Next week, give up chips. The next week, make sure you do all the laundry that you're supposed to do, right? Put away all your socks, okay? Next week, help mom do dishes. The next week, help dad cook dinner. However you want to do it, okay? What are you doing? Where are you going? The next week, help daddy do all the diapers. Right, Evelyn?
Right.
Stuff all the diapers. We have cloth diapers, so we have a lot of stuffing the cloth diapers to do. You want to say hi again?
Yeah.
Baker wants to say hi. There's Mary down there. So, whatever you want to do. If you want to do one thing a week, that's okay. You can say Hail Marys all week this week, okay? Learn your Hail Mary really, really well. Do one Hail Mary every morning. Okay? The next week, work on Our Fathers. Try to work on Our Fathers really, really well. The next week, do the act of contrition or the prayer of sorrow, okay? You can do whatever makes you feel good. Whatever makes you feel like you're showing... Oh, hold on, guy. Dude, come down a little bit. What you doing? You want to come here? This is why I usually do this in the middle of the night.
Hey, come on, we gotta go. Go this way.
Okay, so, like I said, it's between you and God, okay? It's our Lenten sacrifices. So we can show our love by praying, by offering sacrifices, and performing other acts of love, okay? Some more water? I don't have water here. You want to ask Winnie for some water? Okay, go ask Winnie to help you, okay? Love you. Hey, Dwayne, can you get some water for him, please? Can you please get some water for him? Water, please. Water, please. Now, the Stations of the Cross. And why we do the Stations of the Cross is to help us remember all the things that happened to Jesus before he died and all that Jesus suffered because he loves us so much, okay? That's why he did it, because he loves us, okay? He went through all of that on purpose, knowing because he loves us, okay? Now, bookwork. Okay, so, Marion, come down a little bit, please. Now, here's all of these. This is on page 56, okay? I want you to read through all of those, okay? Goes from Jesus is arrested, station 1, all the way down in order. Whoop, where am I going? Over here, all the way in order, down to Jesus was placed in the tomb, okay? That's all 14 of the stations. The next page, 57. Is that right? Set up? Yeah, this one, okay? They're all kind of out of order, right? Are they out of order? I think they're out of order. I want you to cut them out, okay? And mix them up and see if you can remember which ones they are. Now, some of them, like the falling, Jesus fell, and Jesus fell, and Jesus fell, right? So I want you to put them in order and cut them out. So this one, I don't want them there. I want this one out. I'm going to put a mark on it. I have a pencil with me. Yeah, I do. Here. So I'm going to mark this one out. Out of book. And that's okay that one's out of your book, okay? When you turn into the year, you remember. So, I want you taking those out, cut them all out, and then figure out which order they go in. And when you do, you can put the number right up here, okay? In the corner. Oh, I'm so backwards, I can't see what I'm doing. So here, and here, and here. Just put the number of the station that it is, okay? Remember, all the stations are a page before that, okay? So all I have to do is look and say, Jesus meets some women. That's number 8, okay? Well, let's look back over here. Where's where Jesus met some women? Right there, right? Right there, okay? So, it's going to be really easy for you guys to do this. If you need help, ask your your learning coach, your big sister or brother, whomever it is, okay? So I want you looking at that. That's going to be your workbook work. And let's see, I'm going to do, 24 minutes, guys, and I'm almost finished. Okay, so we're going to do, all right, now, our attendance task to show me that you watched the video, okay? I want you to tell me what the name of the fox was that the baby was holding. Hey, come here. Gardner. Gardner. Oh, he's mad now. He lost his... He got someone sat in his chair. Hey, Gardner, come here for a second. Show me Pancake. Come show me Pancake. No, yes I do. Let me pause it for a second. All right, here we are. For attendance test, why don't you tell me what this guy's name is? What's his name?
Pancake.
Who is it? Tell him.
Pancake.
Pancake. Did you just belch? Excuse us. So this is Pancake. I want for the attendance test to let me know that you actually watched the video. Tell me who this is. Who is it?
My grandfather kisses like two.
Pancake. Pancake.
I got two.
Pancake. Okay. Pancake. Pancake. Okay. And that's it, guys. We're done in under, geez, just over 25 minutes, guys. Imagine that. Okay, you want to say bye? Oh, your mouth is full. Oh, let me have that for a second. I'll put it right here. Oh, no. Drop the water. Okay. Say bye. Say see ya.
See ya.
Say adios. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. It's my motto.